So I've been trying to figure out, why is this OBD2 scanner worth $180 when you can easily find one for like half the price, if not a lot more cheaper on Amazon? I mean, they all pretty much do the same exact thing, right? Reading check engine light codes. Well, that's the thing. This is actually more than just a OBD2 scanner. In their words, this is a OE level full system diagnostic tool. And it wasn't until I started playing with it that I started to realize, like, whoa, there's a lot of things that you can do with this. But before we get into all the cool features, let's go over the specs real quick. So this is the Creader or C-Reader Elite Honda. And they have multiple versions, which are for Toyotas, BMWs, Fords, and even GMs. But I also just want to go ahead and put this out there. Even though this is for Honda, they have a mall app that allows you to buy software for other manufacturers. So again, even though this is for Honda, I could buy Toyota and Lexus software so that this will work on Toyotas and Lexuses. This color makes it really easy to spot in case you have like a bunch of tools laying around. Like, yo, where's my OBD2 scanner? Oh, there it is. It's that bright orange thing over there. Nice, nice. It's about the same size as my iPhone 14 Pro. Down on the bottom, we have a USB-C port and a micro SD slot. The approximate boot time on this is about 26 seconds, and it has a built-in capacitor. So if you were to unplug this from the car and plug it back in after a few seconds or a few minutes, it should come back on almost instantaneously, instead of having to wait another 26 seconds to fully boot up. All right, so on the home screen, we're welcomed with 6 different large icons. On the top left, Diagnostics. This is where you'll be able to perform a full system scan. And right next to it, we have OBD2, which is pretty much a quick scan, which will help find codes that are causing your check engine light to come on. Mall is where you'll be able to purchase additional software so that your scanner could work with other car manufacturers. Upgrade is where you'll be able to do firmware and software updates. Data will allow you to access past reports. And lastly, we have settings. All right, so let's jump into the diagnostics tab. This is pretty much where all the fun happens, all right? So the first thing you'll see is auto detect. And like the name suggests, this has the capability of detecting the VIN number, which will save you a lot of time from trying to find the VIN number yourself and manually type it in on this super small screen. On my car, it took about 16 seconds to find the VIN number. The next step would be vehicle system detection, and that took about 11 seconds to complete. Once you select your area, in this case I'm in the USA, that takes about 10 seconds to get the vehicle information. And then finally, we get to the full system scan, and this took about 2 minutes and 31 seconds to complete. So that was about 6 different prompts I had to go through to do a full system scan. Once completed, we get a basic diagnostics report on the vehicle. This shows information like your VIN number, the make and model of your car, your shop's information if you enter it within the settings. This report is going to list all of the modules found and the fault codes within each module. On mine, I have codes for the ABS module and SRS module. I can easily send this report to an email address and reference it later, or if I have a customer, I can have it sent to their email so they can check it out later. All you got to do is tap on share on the bottom right. And when I hit send, I should get the email very shortly. And the email looks almost the same as the scanner, but it also includes this inspection result, which summarizes the codes found. And if you scroll down below, you get the same modules found, and you can tap on them to reveal the fault codes. So that's pretty cool that you can send this information to anyone's email and they can easily access the same thing that you're seeing on your scanner. All right, so back on the scanner. Make sure you tap on the arrow on the top of the screen, not that one on the bottom right. If you tap this, you can exit the whole deep scan and you'll have to repeat the process. So once you hit that back button on the top of the screen, now we're on the screen that shows each of the modules found. On my car, there's 7 modules found, which is ABS, SRS, PGM, and more. This is where you can really play with the cool stuff. So check this out. You can go into each of these modules and access a lot of data pertaining to the module you selected. For example, in the PGM module, if I tap on module info, this will show me information about the ECU. I'll get out of here and tap read data stream, tap manual select. Look at the bottom of the screen. 0 of 148. If I tap select all, I can view all 148 pieces of data regarding the ECU. That's a lot of information. I could tap here and look at the battery voltage, and look at that. This is the battery voltage. If I turn on my hazards, you can see that the voltage will drop and go back up as it comes on and off. It's pretty cool that you can see live data as well. Alright, now let's get out of here. We're still in the PGM module. At the bottom, you'll see actuation tests. This is a super cool feature that I had no idea was possible on the OBD2 scanner. Here, you can manually switch on and off your radiator fans. How cool is that? Or how about this? Instead of assuming your AC compressor is probably bad, you could go in here and check the AC clutch. You could toggle it on and off. So when I turn it on, I should hear a click from the engine bay. Or I could go and look myself and see that the clutch is engaged. If we get out of actuation tests and go into special functions, you can perform throttle learning or even crank pattern learning. These are some advanced functions that you can't do with the regular OBD2 scanner. Now, if we go back and get out of the PGM module, let's go into the BCM module, which is for body electrical system. And here you can interact with all these options here. You can turn on your gauges, make them flash on and off. You can lock and unlock your doors. I mean, yo, you can even activate your windshield wipers. Like, what the heck? It's so cool that you can just control everything with this scanner. If we get out of here and go into the immobilizer module, apparently you could register new keys with this scanner. I found a couple of comments claiming that they saved a lot of money by purchasing a blank key online, getting it cut by a local locksmith, and then programming the key themselves with the scanner instead of taking it to a dealership that could easily charge them a lot of money. In other words, if you were to use this tool to program keys for somebody, you would make your money back, but after doing a couple of keys for other people. Again, each of these modules have a lot of data that you can access. The vehicle I'm in right now is a 2007 Honda Civic, and you guys already saw that there's a lot of cool functions I could do on this car. So I can only imagine, if you have a newer car, there's probably a lot more cooler functions and data you have access to with the scanner. Alright, so that's it for diagnostics. Let's check out what OBD2 is about. So like I said earlier, this is pretty much like a quick scan. This is going to find the check engine light codes that is causing your check engine light to come on your dashboard. Once the quick scan is completed, you can find useful information like readiness completed and readiness not completed. Readiness completed means that the OBD2 has checked each emission control and has passed, whereas readiness not completed will let you know if there are any emission controls that have not been completed by the OBD2 system. This is useful when you're looking at a used car. Typically, someone can unplug the car's battery and plug it back in to temporarily erase the fault codes. If we tap on Mall, here you can buy more software for other vehicles. All the manufacturers are in alphabetical order. Let's say you wanted to purchase a Toyota Lexus software. The current price is $38.35, and that's an annual subscription fee. And I wouldn't be surprised if the renewal fee will be the original price of $89. That might sound like a lot, but it actually isn't if you're actually using the software regularly. Those tablets that they use at the car dealership and whatnot, those easily cost well over $1,000. And they have a subscription fee of like $600 every year. But that's a whole different topic. The point is, this has lifetime free updates for Hondas. But if you buy additional software, that's where you'll pay the yearly fee to use on different cars. Upgrade, this is where you'll be able to do firmware and software updates. So if you did purchase any extra software for different cars, on the top left, it'll show if there's any upgradable software, and this is where you'll be able to make your updates. In data, you could go in here and view past reports. You could go into the DTC library. If you type in the DTC code, it'll tell you what the issue is and possible fixes. I like that you can tap on history and it'll show codes that you've previously searched, so you don't have to keep manually typing it in yourself. And then in settings, You can set your unit of measurement to either metric or imperial. You can enter your Wi-Fi information, your workshop information, and other basic settings like brightness, sound, time zone, and etc. So overall, I'm pretty surprised with the functionality of this tool. There are a couple of things that I don't like about it. First off, I don't like the number of prompts you have to go to complete a full system scan. And on top of that, as I mentioned earlier, once the full system scan is completed, if you accidentally tap that bottom right back arrow, you're gonna have to repeat the entire process of the full system scan in order to access, the different modules and play with all the cool features. And another bug I found is within the mall, because they have so many manufacturers, I thought it'd be easier to just search, right? So if I tap on the search icon, it doesn't seem to work. Every time I tap on it, it shows the box, but then it goes away. I tried doing firmware updates, software updates, and everything says it's up to date. So I'm pretty sure it's an easy software fix, but as of now, it just doesn't work. All right, so where does this Creader Elite Honda stand within, the diagnostic tool spectrum? On one hand, you got the OBD2 scanners that can read check engine light codes and whatnot. They typically go for like $100, maybe less. And then on the other hand, you got those expensive tablets that you use at the car dealerships and whatnot. And those go for like $800 to $1,000, if not more. So that's where this comes in. This is in between that $100 scanner and the $1,000 scanner. So for $180, you pretty much get a device that can do dealership level functions for a fraction of the price. And you have the option to buy additional software, which kind of makes the price go a little higher. But for $180 versus $800, not a bad deal if you want to learn more about your car and just practice with diagnosing different things. So I would definitely recommend this for any car enthusiast or anyone who works on cars regularly, as a side hustle, or if you're starting up a car repair shop, this would be a budget-friendly device. I think if you were to get like the nice big tablets, it would just be easier to navigate, and it probably already comes pre-installed with support for other vehicles, whereas this is specific to one vehicle. And I gotta be honest, I really thought that this was gonna be a boring tool to review, but I actually learned a lot from playing with this, and now I'm more open to the idea of having a nicer scan tool. And so there you have it. This is the Creader Elite Honda Edition. If you're thinking about purchasing this product, please consider using my links in the description down below. It helps out the channel. And also, if you have any more questions, feel free to leave a comment and I'll try to answer any questions you may have. But all right, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Yeah!